This morning I want to talk about the subject I've entitled Child Protection in a Fragile World. So perhaps maybe before I go into what I want to say this morning, allow me to just give a brief description of what fragile means. When something is fragile, it means that it is easily broken and that it is an unpleasant situation that can bring harm or cause harm to a child. So in terms of child protection, I want to say that all of us who are parents, caregivers, guardians, we have the responsibility to make sure that everything that we do not harm children, but also that when they are in our hands, they are safe. I just want to give an example from the biblical point of view, from Exodus chapter 2, verses 1 to 10, where we see a Levite man who married a Levite woman, and they had this child in a time when the world in Egypt was so fragile. And every child who was male and was born at that particular moment was killed by the Pharaoh. So this woman saw that the child was fine, and she decided to keep the child for 3 months in the house. Then eventually it became difficult for the child to be kept in the house as a secret. So she built she constructed a basket and made sure that this basket was waterproof, and took the child to the river Nile. And there she hid the child and left the elder brother to the child to look after him. And then one day the boy was started crying, obviously because the space where he was put was limited. And one time the child, the princess for the Pharaoh's child came to the river, and she discovered this basket. And eventually she sent her maids to go and fetch this basket, and they discovered this was a fine Hebrew boy who was stressed and was crying. And she decided to take the child into her custody. But immediately the young sister rushed and said, "Can I look for the Hebrew woman to look after this woman?" To which she agreed. So what I want to talk about this morning is about two mothers, a mother who is biological and a mother who is also a foster or an adoptive mother. So I want to say that regardless of who you are, we've been given a responsibility to take care of the children. Moses was taken care of by two women. The one who was a biological mother who saw that the world was fragile and that the child was not safe in this environment. She decided to hide this child. And this is an adoptive mother who comes and discovers the child, even when she knew that this was an Hebrew child, a child who was the enemy of the father. She decided to take the risk and take care of the child. So I want to call each one of us that we have the responsibility to take care of the children regardless of who we are. We give them the right to play, the right to safety, security, the right to education, and make sure that we work in teams, as churches, as individuals, as community, and make sure that the children are protected wherever they are, because they are our inheritance and the future of this fragile world, and only children can be our hope. Thank you.